Hello and welcome back to our training where we talk about how you can get more done in less time using the power of Prosperity Central. And on our training today, we're going to talk about how you can take your own custom email address and completely integrate that with the system so that all emails sent from Prosperity Central are actually sent from your email address. But before we get into that, once again, my name is Jeff Osnes. I'm your host. I'm your trainer. I am your tour guide as we go through this Prosperity Central system. And what is Prosperity Central? Prosperity Central is an online contact management system designed to help you manage and organize your prospects in an effective and efficient way. This tool was specifically designed for the network marketing industry. However, anyone in sales can really benefit by taking advantage of this tool. So if you know somebody in network marketing or if you know somebody in sales, take a moment now to share this video with them so that they can start to learn about this powerful tool. Now let's jump into our training today. Now, like I mentioned on the intro, we're going to be talking about how you can actually integrate your own custom email address into the system. Now, by default, when you create an account with Prosperity Central, the system is going to set up an email address for you. So we're going to jump over to the My Account section and let's go down to the Update Email Address. Now, on my particular account, I have a custom domain in here, so I've got jeff@pinpointprospecting.com. However, if I didn't have a custom domain, it would be jeff at one of the system domains.com, one of the domains available by the system. When you're sending emails from the system, all of those emails are sent from that email address provided by the system, which may not work out, like I've got Jeff at Pinpoint Prospecting with my custom domain. So your account may have been set up with something like Jeff122 or whatever as the email address. And that might not be ideal for what you want sending on your behalf through the system. Also, another thing to consider is the sending server. When Prosperity Central sends emails, they're sent from the Prosperity Central email servers. Now, we do a ton of work on our end to try to make sure that those servers are as clean as possible. We try to make sure that anybody who's a bad actor gets taken out, that we stop sending emails on behalf of them. However, you're still reliant on the reputation of other people who are sending emails from the system. So there may be a time that you're like, you know what? I'd really like to use my own custom email address, my own personal email address, whether it's an email address you've had for a long time, or you want to set up an email address specifically for this system. You can configure your account to send from that custom email address. So we're going to go back to My Account, and we're going to scroll down to the bottom, and we're going to go to the Advanced Settings. You'll see this option here called SMTP Email Sending Server. By default, this is going to be set to off for you. On mine, it's on, but for you, it's most likely going to look like this, off. So if this is something that you want to enable, you just come in here and flip the switch, and it's now on. It's now available for you to use. Now, that doesn't mean you're done. There's still some configuration you have to do on your part, but that turns on this feature. It's an advanced feature, and I'll be real with you. For some people, you just shouldn't deal with it. If you're not familiar with email addresses and you got one email address and you don't know anything about setting up other email addresses, just forget about this training. Use the email settings already in the system. That's what's so great about the system is anybody can get in here, get configured, get up and running without a lot of complex features and setup. But for those of you out there that do want to take a little bit more control over the email address that the system sends from, this is for you. So once you've enabled that, we're going to go back to My Account. We're going to go to the Email and Notification Settings section, and we're going to click on Use Your Own SMTP Server. And there's this little video that kind of talks about this option, this feature. I'm going to go ahead and close that. But I do recommend that you watch that. Personally, watch that before you get rid of that video. And then what you'll see here is that you have these provider settings. You can come in here and you can choose who your email provider is. Are you Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail? If you're using this feature, I hope that you're using a custom email address through some sort of email provider like a 1&1 or a GoDaddy or something like that. Or what I'd recommend is using one of these third-party vendors, these third-party systems that all they do is email delivery. SendGrid is a great option. SparkPost, Turbo, SMTP, they all have pretty simple configurations and setups. But once you select your provider, let's say 1&1, you're going to double check the settings here. In most cases, if you're choosing one of our pre-selected options, we're going to insert the appropriate options, the appropriate solution for you. So you'll see here the port numbers are different. Like on Gmail, I kind of skipped through that fairly quickly, but Gmail's really simple. You just click on the login with Gmail and you grant the permissions between your Gmail account and Prosperity Central. Now the two systems will talk to each other, and what's cool is every email sent from Prosperity Central will be sent through your Gmail account. You'll actually see them in your sent folder. But keep in mind, Gmail also has limitations on how many emails they will allow you to send on a daily basis. I think it's like 500 emails a day. So you're going to choose the option that you need to here. Make sure that you have all of the correct information in there. And then the username and password here are not your Prosperity Central username and passwords. These are the username and passwords to access that specific email account. So in the case of something like a SendGrid, there's going to be a specific username and password setup that you need to do there. So you'll need to follow the instructions that they provide in order to get logged in and connected to that. So every provider is going to be a little different. If you have an email address that's provided by someone that's not listed here, not a problem. Just choose other and just make sure you fill in the information here. You'll need to ask them. You'll need to talk to your email provider to get those details. And then once you've made those changes, go ahead and update those settings. So in fact, I'm going to go ahead and turn this on real quick. Once you enter all your information, hit update settings. And I think I put in the wrong password on purpose here. Yep, I did. Once you enter those settings, the system is going to try to connect to that email account and send a test email. If it fails, you're going to get a notification like this. There's nothing the system can do to get around that. Like, you can reach out to support and support can try to help you, but support can't get around any authentication issues. We can't connect to your email account without having permission to access your email account. So keep that in mind. Support is more than happy to help you out, but they can't bypass any authentication issues. So you'll have to work through, okay, I must have entered the password wrong, so I'm going to try that again. Let's see if I did the right password this time. It looks like I did remember my password. And so what's happening now is Prosperity Central is connecting to my email server, and it is attempting to send a test email to the Prosperity Central system through my email. Once the system receives that, which it looks like it did, it leaves this as active. So now all of the emails that are sent from Prosperity Central will actually be sent through my jeff@osnes.org email address, as opposed to the jeff@pinpointprospecting.com, which is not what I actually want on this account. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. So it's now disabled. But once you've integrated it, you can just flip it on and off as needed. The system will do a test email every time you switch it on in order to confirm that the settings are still correct. But using this particular feature can really improve email delivery for you if you're super concerned about it. It doesn't guarantee that every email you send from the system is going to go to the inbox. Remember, we've talked about this a few times on different trainings. The system sending emails is not a guarantee that every email is going to go to the inbox. There is no guarantee like that. Half the time, emails from my bank go to my spam folder. That's just the nature of email these days. And it's not about getting every email to the inbox. It's about delivering consistent information to your contacts where enough of those will get delivered to the inbox so that you have enough people that are opening those so you can identify who you should focus on. So anyway, a little bit longer of a training than I typically like to do, but this was an important one. Once again, as a warning, this is for advanced users only. If you don't understand what we're talking about with providers and email servers and all that stuff just seems super strange to you, just have no idea, ignore this. It is not worth the hassle. Just get in there and focus on what makes you money, which is adding contacts daily, following up with those prospects consistently and diligently, following the processes that we've already discussed on this training, adding contacts daily and following up with them, adding them to your calendar, making sure you don't miss appointments, things like that. But even though this is a fairly advanced feature, you can see how simple the system has made it. Prosperity Central is all about boosting sales and growth, creating a super simple system that helps you present your opportunity, organize your contacts, and track those contact activities so you know who to focus on and when to focus on them. There is a 2-tier affiliate program built in, so you can start building a second income stream, all while helping your team take advantage of tools they should be using anyway. It is mobile friendly and it is priced just right. Speaking of price, there are 3 account levels. There's basic, professional, and premier. The basic account is free for life. That's so everyone on your team has a place to call home. Everybody has no excuse to not have a Prosperity Central account so they can access your training. Now, for those people who are serious about building an income from home, they need to upgrade to the professional. This account gives them everything they need to manage, organize, and follow up with their prospects. And then for your team leaders, the Premier account is $49.95 a month, gives you everything you need to follow up with your prospects, but it also allows you to create and share content with your organization, including a custom training page within your account. Now, if you don't have a Prosperity Central account, you need to go get one today. Go to prosperitycentral.biz. Once again, prosperitycentral.biz. Go set up your account now so that you can start getting more done in less time using the power of Prosperity Central. Thanks again, and happy prospecting.